Hey, it's the homie Fast Coop, and I'm gonna need y'all to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get to this stutter, the crib. Now we got this man Wack 100. All right, he's talking about Mag's bigger Val. He's talking about the Val. But before we get to the nitty and gritty, I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like button, all right? And I'm gonna need y'all to subscribe if you ain't subscribed. Okay, cool. Now we will continue. Thank you. Bigger Val has been, taking over the internet. It's been taking over the streets of New York. It's a storm. It's in better words, it's a tsunami. But and even better words than that, it's a tidal wave, right? That's how we describing this situation. So, of course, when the love comes, there's going to be some hate that, follows it as well. And unfortunately, we got this guy, Wendy Williams, Wendy 100, you feel me? It's getting a little dry on the West Coast, so he want to jump over here and, politic about the East Coast, right? Say things about, the case between Max B and his co-defendants. And he says that Max B's co-defendant, Pooh Sims, is pretty much saying that Max B cooperated. All right. Now, my take on the situation is Max B was originally sentenced to 75 years, right? No one said anything about snitching at that point. But as soon as he was able to receive a reduction in his sentence and get it pushed down to, about 20 years, he had to take the plea now, right? And we know what a plea entails. His co-defendant felt the way now. His co-defendant has, from my understanding, has submitted papers in for multiple pleas. Multiple appeals, right? But they were denied. So after about, several times, you just got to understand. And these things take every 10 years, or from what I believe, I think it goes 5, 10, 15, or 10, 10, 10. You don't get to go for appeals every year. This is a long, lengthy process. You were found guilty on something, and you're going to have to do your sentence regardless. You're not going to be able to get found guilty and then be able to file an appeal every other month. That doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So he was getting shot down. His name is Pooh Sims. That's the man who was behind the actual, let's just say unaliving, right? Now, after Max B got the reduction, that's when all this came out. And what I notice is a lot of times when you end up in situations with co-defendants, the co-defendant that ends up being found guilty ends up being bitter. You know what I'm saying? It's the saying that misery loves company. It's literally that saying. That's what goes on in these situations. Now, Pooh Sims should understand, yo, bro, I ain't getting out. I'm in the belly of the beast. They threw me all the way downstairs. You know what I'm saying? It's literally mission impossible to get out, And Max B was granted an opportunity, and maybe he had to say, all right, yeah, well, technically it wasn't me. I ain't do it. Y'all know that. You feel me? And this is obvious, though, but sometimes you have to say it on the stand. Nobody recorded it like they did Gunna now. So that's why it's not going to hit how it hits. But is it possible that Max B cooperated in terms of the plea? It's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? But, bruh, we got to actually be real. This is someone who can, have an impact on society. Is he supposed to just rot and pass away in prison when he has an opportunity to get out and he already waited a good amount of time and it didn't work? Whatever tactic that you were using didn't work, right? You got to understand, bro, it is what it is. They got you. Sometimes people are just guilty, bro. It is what it is. There's cases like that. The case was sloppy. You know what I mean? You can't be upset that after you guys got caught together and after you guys got sentenced, after your appeals got denied, he said, I got a chance to get out. You can't get mad at that, bro. You know what I'm saying? On some real stuff, you can't get mad at that, bro. You guys aren't Siamese twins, bro. You know what I'm saying? You guys are both individuals. You know what I'm saying? He can shake, he can move, he can shake life. It is what it is, bro. He tried, he waited with you. He didn't incriminate you when it was in the trial process. He didn't do that. I mean, sorry, Pooh Sims, it's over, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know it hurts, but you know, it is what it is. And I got to look into Pooh Sims to see how much time he got. I'm about to look it up right now. But in the meantime, you know, the other accusation is that, you know, Max B told his girlfriend, not told his girlfriend, but the detectives, you know, approached Max B in the beginning stage of this investigation over this man who was unalived in a robbery. And they were asking questions because, long story short, the girl was a stripper and she was like dealing with him, right? The dude that was unalive, he was a trick. He was like a scammer dude back in those days. So he was scamming back then. He was making a lot of paper. So they tried to get him for like, you know, a substantial amount of money. And, you know, the play was set. You know, Max B called the hitter, you know, the dude who's actually good with the stick and moves. You know, Pooh Sims. And Pooh Sims was, you know, he was the executor in the situation. You know, so Max B kind of was the playmaker. And, you know, yeah, man, the girl, the stripper girl, she just was, you know, she was the what is it, Adam and Eve? Yeah, she bit the fruit. You know what I mean? She was one of those, like, she tried to feed the guy the fruit. You know what I'm saying? And he bit the fruit. You feel me? And, you know, ultimately, you know, he was met by the snake. You smell me? And that's why we got to be careful with these females, man. These females are very dangerous, bro. Very dangerous. No one, like, understands how dangerous women are, bro. But, you know, when the police investigated this at the beginning, I guess they asked Max B about this female and her whereabouts. And Max B was like, yeah, she work over here. If you want to go see her, go talk to her. And, you know, that was frowned upon. He didn't say that she did anything. He just told her, like, yeah, she's over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where she work at. It's one of those. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you know, you can look at it like that. But in reality, it's like he ain't put her in jail. He just said that's where she's at. You know what I mean? Now, did they have an arrest warrant for her? You smell me? So you can say Max B got her arrested if they had an arrest warrant, you feel me, for her. You know, me personally, would I have told them where she works? No, I wouldn't have did that. I wouldn't have did that. I don't see the point. You feel me? What's the point of telling them? I don't know nothing. I don't know where she work at. And if I did tell her, I would tell her to get low. Like, she would know. Like, you gotta move. You gotta, like, they looking for you. You can't go to work. You know what I mean? So I don't know about the relationship between the two. But, you know, that's how that went. So my take on the situation is, yeah, Max B shouldn't have did that. You know what I mean? That's just the truth. But ultimately it circles back to Pooh Sims, who got 35. No, Pooh Sims got a life sentence plus 35 years. He got life plus 35. You understand? Max B got 75, which was later reduced to 20 years after a plea deal. So you telling me a nigga who got life plus 30 years is upset that this nigga took a plea after he got sentenced to 75? Y'all is tripping. Y'all tripping. And Max B was 30 when this happened. That mean he got to do 75 years. He gets out when he's 105. And black people lately haven't been living that long. Now, let's get back to Wendy Williams. Now, this is the thing with Wendy Williams, you hoe-ass nigga. I don't like talking like this. You speaking on East Coast business. Like, you not from the East Coast. Mind your business. Focus on Blueface, bro. You always trying to get in the mix, bro. You always trying to, you know, do these under-the-belt tactics in order to get virality, in order to get attention, in order to get clout. Like, I get it. We all got to chase clout at some point in terms of this industry. You got to do what you got to do. But the amount of jackets you've single-handedly thrown on people, like, you got to understand, Wack 100 is single-handedly running with the narrative. That's all he's doing. You feel me? Like, it was already out there. You know what I'm saying? But he's running with the narrative. Like, he's running with the hate campaign on Max B. Now, if Max B was your enemy or Max B did something to you that you didn't like, I'd get it. But he's not. How Jim Jones ain't out here running with the campaign and Wack 100 is? You smell me? Mind you, Wack 100 don't like Jim Jones. You smell me? So, it's like Jim Jones let him get that. You feel me? Like, Jim Jones could have went hard with this. You smell me? But it might have not hit as much because the accusations that Jim Jones got and his connections to 6ix9ine and all that. But ultimately, it's just like, you know, like, so many other people could have ran with that. No one was trying to, though. You feel me? Like, let that man shine, bro. He did 17 years in a hellhole. Understand? Like, it's bad. Like, the boy got big while he was in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was going through some real stuff. You feel me? Real talk. And now that he's home and he's able to see his kids again, you trying to ruin it. Like, that's the crazy part, because Max B's kids is older now. They grown. So it's like they're not having little kids. Like, you trying to make sure that the kids hear this. That they children got to go to school, and then the other kids is talking about, yeah, your dad's a rapper, but he's also a rat. Like, bro, this is stuff that affects children, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got to deal with it. You feel me? Like, kids, teenagers is really rude. Young adults is really rude. People don't start being verbally rude until they get into they, like, you know, earlier 20s, when they got to start focusing on other things. You know what I'm saying? They get a little wiser. But them younger years, oh, whoa. This is bad work. You know what I mean? But, you know, that's my thoughts on the situation, you feel me? Because it's just like, yo, Jim Jones got a platform now. You feel me? Jim Jones got a platform, and ever since his platform came up, we have not been watching No Jumper as much as we used to. I'm being completely honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't really watching No Jumper like that. And you got to understand, a lot of people on No Jumper got their own platforms. Like, Munchie B got his own thing. You feel me? Free Brick Baby, he booked. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? Faux Extra, he had the hand situation. He fell back from No Jumper. You know what I mean? Even OG Gumby, he ain't even over there like that. And he's gold. You smell me? Crip Mac in jail. A lot of niggas ain't fucking with No Jumper, bro. A lot of people. King Pill's out. A lot of people, bro. Oh, Adam 22 dropped a bunch of people. You feel me? You know, Almighty Suspects facing time. You feel me? Like, bro, you gotta understand. It's not hitting the same, bro. You know? So Wack 100 has to do these types of things in order to gain traction on his show. He has to. But it's like, now it's different because we simply don't have to watch his shit, bro. We simply are gonna watch Jim Jones. And Adam 22 is gonna suffer. He's gonna suffer. You feel me? No Jumper is going to decline even more because of what Wack 100 is doing. You feel me? And it's like, bro, a lot of people got platforms. We got 050 The Movement, China Brim, Hassan Campbell. You know what I'm saying? Like, and these niggas ain't even really interviewing niggas like that. Then you got the younger dudes like Relly and them. And then even you go further East Coast, you got C-Dub. You know what I'm saying? BNF podcast. Like, you know, there's other things going on. You smell me? Got the crib, you feel me? Like, bro, it's nothing for niggas to really start, you know, putting they foot on the pedal and understanding that it's an opportunity right now to strike with this content and this, you know, this potting. Joe Budden, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, there's serious competition out there. So it's just like Wack 100, you playing with the wrong side of the country. You might want to keep playing games on the West Coast. Or you might want to go, you know, talk about them down south niggas. You talk about the East Coast, we not going to jack you, bro. Simple. We not going to jack you, bro. I'm just keeping it that wow. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on the situation with Max B's allegations. You feel me? Did he do bad? Yeah. But, you know, is it understood? Is it, you know, I can't say commendable, but is it a situation where it's fair? You know what I mean? Like, you know, when it comes to the situation with Pooh Sims, I give Max B the green light on that. But when it comes to the situation with the female, you know, he get the, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't supposed to do that. I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. So it's looking 50-50, you know, but it could have been worse for Max, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he really spoke about things, but he didn't, you know what I'm saying? And he's a loud dude, you know, he got a lot of charisma, a lot of personality. And, you know, there's really no footage or audio of him doing things bad. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's my take on the situation, man. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all. We got more content on the way. Grip!